merged out of the past and into the present, into the dream of the future.
If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. Sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One fun ride on a swing, I'm so help me. One fun ride on a swing, I'm so help me. One sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One fun ride on a swing, I'm so help me. One fun ride on a swing, I'm so help me. One sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One fun ride on a swing, I'm so help me. One fun ride on a swing, I'm so help me. One. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. If you don't know who I am, I'll tell you so you understand. If you don't know who I am, I'm Melody Man. I'm the Melody Man. Sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One fun ride on a swing, I'm so help me. One fun ride on a swing, I'm so help me. One sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One fun ride on a swing, I'm so help me. One fun ride on a swing, I'm so help me. One sweet tune, hot tune, blue melody. One fun ride on a swing, I'm so help me. One fun ride on a swing, I'm so help me. One.
That's it.
Good evening, 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 and welcome to you all. I am wearing a shirt. It is buttoned up down to about here. I'm upset that you are disappointed that I do hope that I'm not naked effrontery. But as Derek points out, to be naked on stream would be to put an end to the stream, which I certainly don't want, and I hope you don't either. Hot tub stream soon after we move house and get a hot tub. Then there'll be a hot tub stream. Don't know what's going to happen, but yes, but you won't be on the hot tub stream. You can be in the hot tub, but not when I'm streaming. Oh, hello. Hello, Hype Train. I wonder where I signed up to Ben's only F. Zeus, we're going to put you in horny jail before the evening's even started. Thank you very much to Dante for that 5-month resub, to Topper1 for the 8th-month resub. This minute, insert funny sub message here. Thank you very much for the support. And to Diary for the 100 bits and starting that hype train. I feel like I can't possibly have another hype train. Last stream, we got 2 level 5 hype trains in the same stream, which was madness. Very, very grateful to you all, but I feel tonight we shall relax from hype trains. Game night after dark before sunset. I have to say, I'm absolutely loving the heat at the moment. It's absolutely gorgeous. I hope you're enjoying it where you are as well. I went to a wedding today, hence the shirt. Rubik's! Oh my word! Oh my goodness gracious me! 5 gifted subs from Rubik's. Those there going out to... Come on, scroll up. Window. Oh, you know what? Just go to a different tab. Just go to a different tab. Oh, it doesn't say on the different tab. Maybe it says on that tab. If you press refresh, will it say who they've been gifted to? No. Well, I could look on that window up there. Actually, it did say on that one. Oh, hey. Chromogram, Colin74, Sprint Gravy, and Persephone's Twitch bot. You are giving the sub to the bot this month, Rubik's. Thank you so much for the generosity. And thank you for those 5 gifted subs. And welcome to all our new friends right there. Yeah, we do need to sub the bot because the bot occasionally needs to put follow only emotes in, and yeah. But no, I'm loving the heat today. I went to a wedding this afternoon, which was very nice, hence I'm wearing a shirt. I've unbuttoned it somewhat, so, you know. I was tempted to stream topless because someone said to me that's actually fine, because I don't lactate, and therefore nipples are allowed from me, but from ladies they're not. I don't know what the rules are, so I thought let's err on the side of caution and put a shirt on. Please no, for big man Aaron. I'll have you know I'm very comfortable in my own body. It's no different than being at a swimming pool, but I'm not going to take my shirt off. You'll be pleased to hear. It's Sportsy with the raid. Thank you for the raid at Sportsy and welcome, raiders. Hope you're all keeping well. No, God, no. What the? Oh, all of y'all are just so... You're all really mean to me. Really, really mean. When I do a hot tub stream, alright, then, yeah. So the weather is nice next weekend. I got festival coming up. I can't help but think it'll turn shit then. Quite probably, that's sort of the British way, isn't it? That's how it works. Yeah. Enjoy it while it's here. We're going to Chessington on Wednesday. Chessington World of Adventure. Which is going to be really good fun. Hopefully the sun will persist until then, yeah, because Dylan finishes... I mean, he sort of finished school this week because he's had to self-isolate this week. What did I think of your round 1 and 4 yesterday? Sadly, I was working and all I could do was lurk. In Outright, yeah. I really enjoyed them. I really enjoyed the Outright games I played. I played yours and Zeus's, I played Colo's, and I played David's. I missed the second one because I went to have dinner. Or went to clear up after dinner, one of the two. No, I really enjoyed it. There were some really, really good games. I was quite happy because I survived to round 4 on all 3 that I played on. So that's always nice. So you need to come and write for the Persephone's Chat channel, not to steal you away, not to purloin you from Bash, but you can write for both at Sportsy. Come join the Discord. I know you're already in the Discord, but everyone who's not in the Discord, come join the Discord. Yeah, come write some questions for us over there. Now, I'm making it. Congratulations to Cyclespace on winning My Mind's Gone Blank, and thank you to Mill Like Substance for the 100 bits. Insert "It's so hot" joke here. Yeah, it is, but I'm not going to complain about it because I saw the prediction. I ain't going to complain about it. I'm certainly not going to complain about it twice. And also because I am loving the weather at the moment. It is nice to have some heat. Yeah. Do come join the Discord. Come write some questions for both sides of the pond, as it were. Yeah, all will be well. Anyway, lovely to have you all here. I hope you are keeping well. Not going to withdraw until it's over. I have got a bit of a headache today. Might be just lack of liquids. Let's say just drinking white wine at the moment. I'm going to switch this up for something a bit more thirst quenching in a minute. Probably a lager or a cider. Get a poll going. What should I have? Should I have a Copperberg or record a liquid, I think it's a Kopparberg actually, cider, or should I have a beer Moretti? Those are the options, beer Moretti lager or a fruity cider. I'm not having both, Sabster, I'm not a savage. Let's get a poll going, let me know what I should have, and while you do that, I'm going to say hello to everyone, good evening to Shapes, and to Big Man Aaron, to MPL Dart, to Top 1 Gaming, to Ardenfetz, Colo, and a Podo Nuevo, to Zeus and Toot, G. Eisens and Dogfish, Brian and Rubik's. Good evening to Derek, and to Clive, to Cyclospace and Car, to Shitface Cass, and to Brand New Halo, to Innis, to Bass, to Effrontery, and to Juice Man. Good evening to AB Me, good evening to Murphy, good evening to JY and Cetra, to Guitar Rocks and Score Cow. Good evening, it's Sotley, good evening Jack, good evening Energia, good evening Samsa, good evening Dante, good evening to Daru, good evening Milklight, good evening it's Sportsy, good evening Liswitz, good evening Popo. Welcome to all of you. Anyone else who is just hanging out in the stream not wanting to chat, you are most welcome here. It is lovely to have you here. We're going to vote for that one, are we? That one. Fruity, 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 fruity. So that's option one, a fruity cider. The other one's a lager. So get a poll going. That is not the poll I asked for. How drunk should Ben get? Cider, beer, both, or water? Well, those weren't the options. It was cider or beer. I'm going to honour whichever gets the most out of the cider or beer. I'm going to ignore all the others. I probably should get some water though, to be fair. I've collected all the level 2 emotes. Pog. That is great. So thank you for all the support. And Rubik, thanks again for the 5 gifted subs there. And I'm pressing buttons and no, don't view all. Click. Stop. Go away, Paul. Go away. You're taking up screen space that I don't have. Suckspace, congratulations on winning. My mind's gone blank. I will manually add that penny after the stream. I'm not using the app tonight, which also means no bonus pennies, sadly. Sorry. But it's because I am in the process of redoing the app, rebuilding the JSON structure. I've done the JSON structure and it's live online. But if I use the app now and I overwrite the data, it will overwrite with or the old file structure because I haven't updated the app yet. So I was going to try and do it. I did start it this evening, but it's going to take a little longer than anticipated. So I do beg your patience, and thank you very much in advance for your patience with that. 2 games tonight then. Cryptex debut pack from Jogging Chum this evening. Jogging Chum's been around with us for a little while, and this is their debut pack writing for the community. I proved it myself a couple of days ago. Solid pack, really nice pack, well written pack. A little tricky was my feeling, but I'm sure that'll be good be a good stretch for you all out there. So yeah, a little bit tricky, but very, very well constructed. So if you have got feedback, I know Jogging Chum is open to feedback, but as ever, I do ask you to please be kind about the feedback. You don't need to be unkind with it. And I've proved both the packs tonight. The second game we're going to be playing later on is The Purge by Sam is Acidic. I think Sam is having some sort of time away from social media because I know he's got a huge amount of work on at the moment with his course and stuff. I noticed he deleted his Discord account the other day, so currently can't get in touch with Sam, but in his absence we are very, very grateful to him for this pack of The Purge, which we'll be playing later on. But first of all, we are going to be playing Cryptex, and if you want to play Cryptex, you need to come and join the lobby here. So pop in the code XYQL. That's a good Scrabble score. Come join the lobby. What won the poll? I missed it. I'm going to assume it was Cider because Cider was ahead. If someone can confirm Cider won the poll, and I'll go get one. Hello, Pennycat. You've been out all day sunbathing, have you? Water won. Oh, was it water then beer? Really? What were the percentages? Everything but cider. Wow. Okay. Well, I didn't expect that. All right, I'll get a beer. And since you voted in your thousands, I will get some water as well. I know you'll only worry otherwise. Right, let's find some water. There you go. There's some water. There's some water. A pint of water. I'm going to get a beer as well. Of course, the other option was Southern Comfort and lemonade, but I've only got a little bit of Southern Comfort left. So, you know, that's highly likely that Southern Comfort is going to be gone before the end of the night. So, yeah, but there we go. Right, cheers, everybody. Happy Saturday to you all. I haven't overturned the democratic will of the people, Jack. I've got some water as well. Water was never supposed to be an option. Whoever set up that poll should be ashamed of themselves, because water was not supposed... What's that? What do you think that is? I'll wait, Topper. It's fine. Score should be ashamed of himself. It was cider or beer, so I've gone with the democracy. I've split it because I wanted a cider or a beer. Someone put water on there and water won the poll. Vodka into... Alright, listen, so if this was vodka... If that's vodka, then I'm going to be a dead man in about 10 minutes' time. Jury's out. That's a problem. It's water, y'all. Yo. It's the tank of poker face. My God, if my stomach was that strong, then yeah, serious questions would need to be being asked. And or Russian, possibly. Well, in Russia, the vodka is cheaper than water. It is cheaper to buy than water, and it's drunk more widely. I don't know if that's actually true, but because it doesn't freeze, so it's it's much better in that particular climate. Today we lay better. And for 9,000 points on beer, hope it's nice. It is very nice, Cola. Very nice indeed, a beer Moretti. I haven't had a lager for a while. I tell you what, I'm sweating bullets. It's really, really bloody hot. Okay, we have quite a number of people here. So a reminder, this is Jogging Chums Pack. Also a reminder that Cryptex is a self-running game. Once it starts, it can't be stopped. It's like Skynet from Terminator. Once it starts, it can't be stopped. You have to be in the lobby at the start of the game. This is one of the games where the score that you get is going to become pennies in the new season. But as of right now, I haven't implemented that because I need to add some hard code into some games like that. In fact, I'm going to need to, like before, I had an app that just delivered pennies to the winners, but now it's going to be pennies for per question. I'm going to have to go back and add them back into the builds again. So that'll be fun. That's a job for sort of Monday, Tuesday this week, I think. Get that back up there, and then hopefully by Tuesday. We'll be back in action in terms of having the penny system all working properly. Just a reminder that next Saturday I'm almost certainly not going to be here. It's my brother's stag do on the Saturday, or on the Friday into the Saturday into the Sunday, but I'm coming back on the Saturday probably after dinner, so I'm unlikely to be home before 9, so there probably won't be a stream next Saturday. There is, however, supposed to be a stream on Tuesday. I'm meeting my parents for dinner, so it might be a little bit late. We're going over to Portsmouth to meet up with my parents who are down south for a couple of days, so that's on Tuesday. We're going to be playing a couple of games. Deciphered and Google That, I think, are on the docket for this Tuesday, so do join me for that if you can. Right, just a few. I'll tell you what, I'll read out the names, and by the time we get to the end, there'll be time to lock up. We've got AB Mia, Podo Nuevo, Zeus, Derek, Topper, Effrontery, Aaron, Dogfish, Cetra, Ardenfets, Cass, Bass, Cass and Bass, nice, Tadaru, Milk-like, Cycle Space, Toot, Listwitz Colo, Silent Marine, MPL, Car, Innis, Score, G. Eisens, Energia, Popo, Samster, Tab Stop V, Murphy Backs, Jack Wilfred, Guitar Rocks, Clive, Shapes, and Adster. Welcome to you all. Remember, you must be in this lobby before the game begins in order to take part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 24, 32, 34 of you in play altogether. Just a reminder, this pack is written by Jogging Chum. I think it's a little bit on the tricky side, but it is very, very well constructed, and I think you'll have a good time with it all the same. If you're ready to play, let's begin the game. Let's begin the game. Actually hit the button. So, round 1 is decryption. Every 20 seconds you'll be presented with an index number and an 8-letter clue. There are 8 clues in total. These clues will help you to crack the Cryptex at the end of the round. The clue and the Cryptex share the same letter in the index position. An example for you here. A bit of the tricky side is reading to be fair, Shapes, that's true. So, for example, you might say clue 6, hopping Australian marsupial. The answer would be kangaroo. and you then take the 6th letter of that word and pop it into your Cryptex. So pen and paper is recommended for this game. Pen and paper alert. You have got a couple of seconds before the game starts. Do go grab a pen and paper. So I haven't actually said it yet. So pen and paper at the ready for this game. After all 8 clues have been revealed, there will be a 10-second break. At any time before the break, you may submit the answer to any of the clues that have been revealed. So if the first one comes up and you're not sure, but then in 3 clues time you suddenly think, oh, I know what that first one is, I'm going to add that in now, it will still accept your answer. Each correct answer is worth 5 points, but any incorrect answers or repeats will cost you a point. After the break, at the end of the round, crack the Cryptex. You only have 1 attempt. Now, you don't have to have solved all 8 clues, but obviously the more clues you get, the more information you will have to solve the Cryptex. The Cryptex will always be a real 8-letter word, but you get 1 attempt to solve it. Cracking the Cryptex is worth 20 points, but an incorrect attempt will cost you 10. So if you get to the end, you've only figured out 3 clues, and you've only got 15 points there. 3 clues, maybe not enough to show me the kitty, maybe not enough to crack the Cryptex. You might want to abstain, that's completely fine. As ever, whisper to Persephone's Twitch bot to answer. Use of pen and paper is strongly encouraged in this game. Since there's a penny cat here, she hasn't been here all that often. She's normally out and about, aren't you? Yes, you are. Just very quickly then, Car. She's just been woken up, so she's not very happy. But there she is. It's Penny, the eponymous Persephone from where we get the chair from. But she doesn't like being held, this one, so I'm putting myself in pain for your benefit. Hello, Penny. Say hello to everybody before the game starts. Say good luck. No? Okay, don't say good luck. Should we Lion King you? Lion King. There we go. Yay. There you are. What a good girl. There you go. See, she looks so sad. She doesn't look so... Oh, she does. She always looks sad. She doesn't like being held. Right, off you go. Go back to bed. There you go. Good girl. Put her back on her bed. Right. Let's put that back on. Game with Cam. We'll go back there. There you go, Car. Let me mark that off. Mark as complete. Yeah, she's a pretty cat. And I haven't shown her off for a while, so... See, she was sat right there. It seemed a shame not to. Right. Hopefully you've got your pen and paper ready. And hopefully you're ready to play. A reminder, once I press this button once more, the game cannot be stopped. The very best of luck to you all. Round 1 decryption. Let's reset the Cryptex. Okay, so the first clue of the evening. 3rd letter. American 90s indie rock band fronted by Stephen Morkmus, or an American sidewalk. Whisper it, Colo. Whisper it to the bot. All in whispers. So if you're not sure about that, you can come back to it in a bit. Next clue, 7th letter you want for the Cryptex. Sarcastic or ironic term for a large amount of money. A blank sum. Ooh, quite a few wrong answers coming in here. If I think about that, we'll come back to it. On to the next clue. Surname of the manager of the England national men's football team between 1994 and 1996. Mysteriously seductive or enchanting. You want the 4th letter. Take the 4th letter, pop it into your Cryptex. A large weighted cylindrical piece of boxing equipment. You want the 2nd letter. Put the 2nd letter into the 2nd slot of the Cryptex. A Mediterranean yogurt-based side dish. Spelling is important, I will add. You want the 5th letter. As ever, keep your eye on the chat in this game. So when the question is in the chat, the question is live. Illuminated ring surrounding a solar or lunar eclipse. You're on the 8th letter. One more clue then. Women of aristocracy who held titles derived from their late partners. You want the 6th letter. Okay, there's the break. 10 seconds to check your answers. Look at the clues. How can you work out the Cryptex from here? 20 points if you're right, minus 10 if you're wrong. You don't have to play. 20 seconds to solve. What is the Cryptex? Quite a few green lights going up here, a couple of reds as well. Anyone else going to have a go? Solution to the Cryptex is Vuvuzela. Well done if you got that. Indie rock band is Pavement. Sarcastic or ironic term, a princely sum. The England football manager was Venables. Terry, I think. Mysteriously seductive or enchanting is alluring. The large weighted cylindrical piece of boxing equipment is a punch bag. Mediterranean yogurt-based side dish was tzatziki. Well, I don't know if you got that right spelling on there. The illuminated ring surrounding a solar or lunar eclipse is a penumbra. Women of aristocracy were dowagers. It's the end of puzzle 1. Innes taking an early lead with 45. Clive and Toot second with 44. Zeus is on 40. Big Man Aaron 38, as is Shapes. Still plenty of time. Plenty of time. Adster must have solved the Cryptex there with 35. I'm not quite sure why he's not green, but very interesting to see. So let's reset the Cryptex and go on to our second puzzle. Starting off with surname of a character portrayed by Jack Nicholson in The Shining. You want the second letter. Second letter goes into the second slot of the Cryptex. Do be thinking about that. You can come back to it in a little while. The displacement of objects viewed at different lines of sight. You want the 5th letter. A couple of people 2 for 2 so far. An object in the night sky used for navigation primarily at sea. You want the 3rd letter. Very well done if you're getting this. This one is, I think this one's quite tricky. That's just me. If you're thinking about it, can come back to it in a bit. Next clue. Organic compound commonly used in protein powders. You want the 7th letter. On we go. Small metal tools used for plucking. 4th letter. A few more green lights coming up here. Nice to see. There we go. Onomatopoeic word for an opening cash register. No exclamation mark. A lot of red going on there. Curious to what everyone is saying that one might be. Do have another go at it if you like. A breed of dog originating in Alaska. The consuming and absorption of alcohol. Appropriate given. You're astonishingly good, Earl. You want the 6th letter. This is your last clue. So hopefully you've got enough information to have a stab at the Cryptex. Remember, plus 20 if you're right, minus 10 if you're wrong. Okay, 10 seconds to check your answers. And then 20 seconds to solve the Cryptex. Have you got enough information to figure it out? Couple of people there. Zeus, Samster, Innes, Tabstop, all solving. Only 4 at the moment. Zeus having a go and getting it wrong. Bass has got it. The solution was modelling with one L, the American spelling. Torrance is the surname of Jack Nicholson's character in The Shining. Parallax is the displacement of objects. A lodestar is what's used for navigation primarily at sea. Organic compound is creatine. The small metal tool were the tweezers. The onomatopoeic word was kerching. That's what we wanted. The breed of dog from Alaska was the Malamute. And the consuming and absorption of alcohol is imbibing. Imbibing. There's the end of puzzle 2 and the end of round 1. So at the end of that, Innes in the lead with 92. Samster moves into second with 84. These two often wrestling for gold and silver in this game. Zeus in third with 79. Shapes with 63. Clive 62. Tapstop moving up to the top row now with 59. Toot 57. So let's reset the Cryptex and go on to round number 2. So, round 2 is combination. Gameplay is identical to round 1, but each clue is now a combination of 2 words. The ending of the first word is blended with the beginning of the second word, and at least 2 letters will overlap. For example, your clue might be a poke hand of 5 hearts and bar black blank. That would be poke hand of 5 hearts would be a flush. Bar black sheep. You've got the S and the H overlap. They will always add up to 8 letters. It will not necessarily be 8 letters that overlap, but it will always be at least 2. As before, you take that index and put it into that position of the Cryptex. So in flusheep, in the example there, you take the second letter L and put it into the second slot of the Cryptex. So there are 2 puzzles in this round. As before, oh, bless me. Thank you. In this round, yes, Cheching. I've definitely heard of Kerching. I've not come across Cheching. Thank you, Popo. So yes, 5 points for every correct answer, -1 for every incorrect answer. And then 20 for solving the Cryptex, -10 for incorrect. Here we go, round 2. A group of feathers on a bird and close-ranged hand-to-hand combat. Mash them together, at least 2 of those letters will overlap. Dogfish is there, Innes is there, Ardenfetz is there. Remember, you want the 6th letter of this one. Pop it into the 6th slot of your Cryptex. Next one, you want the 4th letter, an all-female pop band with hits such as Falling and Want You Back, and drifting along seemingly without purpose. Remember, you don't necessarily have to solve these clues, not fully, to be able to get that index letter. So if you know either the first or the second half and the overlap works in your favour, you may be able to get that letter anyway. First letter then, American term for carbonated water, and the illiterate boy in holes who is taught how to read by the main character. Wrong answers creeping in here. Greek letter representing the golden ratio, and durable hardware often used for smoking meat. Remember, at least 2 letters will overlap. They will always add up to an 8-letter word mash. Mayonnaise-based dip containing garlic and a hybrid of the 2 largest species of cat. More goals going on there. Having a good time, probably in Ireland, mashed together with the blood of the gods. 3rd letter is what you want here. Mysterious ape-like creature said to inhabit the Himalayas, and a Saturday morning 70s children's show starring Chris Tarrant. You want the 8th letter. Greek Titan, grandmother of Apollo and Artemis, mashed together with rust, cotton and central, are examples of this type of geographical region. We want the 5th letter, and this is the final clue. as you time up, 10 seconds to check you're working. See if you can figure out this Cryptex. 20 seconds to solve. Good mix of green and red here. Add a few abstentions as well. Samster taking a punt and getting it right. The answer was shambles. It was a shambles. Plumely and hameless. Selt Zero. Fikery. Aeoliga. Krakikor. And Yetiswaz. Oh, and Feebelt as well. That's the end of puzzle 3. Innes in the lead with 141. Samson in second with 124. Toot in third with 107. The only 3 players to break the 3-figure mark so far. One more of these word matches and then we go to the final round. Hameless, brother of Zeusless. Nice. Let's reset the Cryptex again, and here we go. Eponymous dolphin featured in video game series published by Sega, matched together with to wholeheartedly agree, or to agree wholeheartedly. German word for danger, and the acronym for the General Assembly of the United Nations. A black tincture used in heraldry and a short, high-pitched mechanical sounds, or collection of short, high-pitched mechanical sounds. On we go. Family who owns News Corp, and where players must stand behind in a game of darts. On the 5th letter of this one. Italian family of classic violin makers, and an afternoon performance or exhibition. Remember, you don't have to fully solve the clue. You might still be able to lift the letter. It's the 6th letter of this clue that you want. You might still be able to lift that out without fully solving the clue. 5 points if you solve the clue. But remember, the Cryptex is worth 20 if you can get that letter. On we go. Q Sport played on a pocketless table and a type of fat that is found in cod liver oil. Female vocalist who featured on Fairy Tale of New York, and part of the shirt that fastens around the neck. Final clue then, chocolate flavoured variant of a cafe latte and wooden house mostly found in snowy mountainous regions of Europe. This is the final clue. 7th letter here. Remember, you can go back and finish any of the other clues until this green strip runs out. About 2 seconds. And there it is. Now got 10 seconds to check your answers. Quite a number of people getting 6 or 7 here. We should have a few solves in theory. Let's see what you make of it. 20 seconds to solve the Cryptex. There we go. Schooner was the answer. Echo and concur. Achtunga, or Achtung and UNGA. Saberleaps. Murdocky, the Murdoch and the Oki. Murdoch family and the Oki. A matinee. Tricky one, this one. Karamega. Karom and Omega. McCollar. Kirsty McColl and a collar. McCollar. And a Mokshaleh. Very difficult one to parse that because the CH changes its pronunciation halfway through. Mocha and Chalet. Innes still in the lead at the end of puzzle 4, but Samster now slipping down to 4th. Toot jumping into 2nd with 157. Shapes in 3rd with 146. Very good round, both for Innes and Shapes there. 7 out of 8. Samster slips down, but can still catch up. There are 3 more puzzles and 1 more round. Let's reset the Cryptex and go to round 3. Round 3 is called Cryptex. Sorry to fit Chateau, I didn't get it until a second too late. Bad luck, Clive. In this round, all you need to do is crack the Cryptex as quickly as possible. Not crap anything, crack. Do not submit answers to the clues, only crack the Cryptex. Very important, you don't submit answers to the clues, only cracking the Cryptex. At the beginning of the round, the Cryptex is worth 55 points. Clues are revealed every 15 seconds. Each clue drops the value of the Cryptex by 5 points. So the faster you can solve it, the better you will be. So just make a note of the letters. Try and solve the Cryptex as quickly as you can. You've only got 1 attempt though. An incorrect answer will earn you 1 point for each letter in the correct position. So even if it comes to the end and you think you've only worked out 1 clue, just type in some random letters, but make sure the letters that you know are in the right place, because you will get points for every one that is right. If you do crack it, then you get the points that are in the bank. We have seen, I think it was Quizzy Dan managed to crack something just based on the category getting 55 points. Can be done, but it's a bold strategy. Best of luck. Category is food and drink. Maybe you only get 1 attempt. 55 points currently in the bank. You need to build up your answer. We're going to drop that by 5 points in just a second. Here we go then. The Turbo Something, vehicle driven by Peter Perfect in Wacky Races. Do not answer this one, it's 8 letters. If you type something that's 8 letters, it will try and process it as the answer. Samster's had a go and has been, is incorrect. Oh, Samster's tried to solve that one. Bad luck. London Park that houses the old Royal Navy College. 9 letters, you want the 3rd. You just, yeah, you said the thing I told you. I thought you might have done. It's the problem with the first clue being 8 letters long, I guess. No one solving. We're down to 40 points. Soundtracks written and performed for use in Indian cinema. 5 letters long. The 5th letter goes in the 5th spot of the Cryptex. Remember, we're after food and drink is the category. Make a note of these letters as we go. The faster you solve it, the more points you get. Next clue. Officer of a court, rod held by such people as a sign of authority. 8 letters, you want the 8th. We're going to drop again. Down to 30 points. Still no one solved it. First letter. Corner Shop wrote a #1 ode to this Indian cinematic playback singer. 4 letters long. You want the 1st. And that will be the first letter of the Cryptex. Is that of any help? Remember, the category is food and drink. Machine used for removing water and toxins from failed kidneys. 8 letters long. You want the 7th. 25 points for solving now. Clive's had a go and misfired. Still no one solving. We're down to 20 points. Italian firearms. Cola's tried and gone wrong. Italian firearms manufacturer. 7 letters. You want the 6th. Effrontery now attempting getting it wrong. Only 1 more clue after this. Spray blown from cresting waves. Derek Agony the first to solve, followed very quickly by Tab Stop. Spray blown from cresting waves during a gale. 9 letters. You want the 2nd. So at this point, if you haven't worked it out, type something. You get 1 point for every letter in the right place. 15 seconds to solve, 10 points. If you can fully solve it, 1 point for every letter otherwise. Should be seeing lights from everyone. Everyone should be at least attempting at this point. Only 3 people getting aperitif. Turbo Terrific was a vehicle driven by Peter Perfect. The London part that houses the old Royal Naval College is Greenwich. Soundtracks written and performed for use in Indian cinema is Filmy. Officer of a court, rod held by such people is a tipstaff. Corner Shop wrote a #1 hit, Brimful of Asher. Machine used for removing water and toxins for failed kidneys is Dialysis. And the Italian firearms manufacturer is Beretta. Oh, and the spray blown is Spindrift. Let's reset the Cryptex and go on. Category is a sports venue this time. 55 points if you can solve. True story. Seabreeze is the name of my old house. Aaron's having a go, getting it wrong on a nice number of points, but not solving. Likewise, Clive. Right, here come the clues. Christian scientific study of spirits or spiritual beings, 12 letters long. This is game 1 of Cryptex Alley Law, but we're only going to have one game. We're going to the Purge in just a moment, so you're in time for that. It'll be coming up in about 5 minutes' time. Outcast album that features the hit Miss Jackson. It's 9 letters long. You want the first. 45 points in the bank for solving now. On we go. Species of crab, surprisingly not found off the coast of Kent. Bit of a cryptic clue here. 9 letters long. You want the 8th. Vertical rotational axis of aircraft. 3 letters long. You want the 3rd. 35 points in the bank if you can solve it now. Another attempt, another misfire. Derek has solved, getting 35 points just before the drop. Very well played. Dish of Indian origin consisting of fish, rice and hard-boiled eggs. 8 letters long. You want the 4th. 30 points for solving now. Down to 25. British animation studio behind a cheese-loving man and his dog. 7 letters long. You want the 2nd. Penultimate clue. Altered or concealed blemish. 10 letters long. You want the 7th. 20 points for solving now. Remember, 1 point for every letter in the correct place, even if you don't fully solve it. Final clue then. Group of people with a shared characteristic. 6 letters long. You want the 5th. 15 letters if you can solve this now. 15 points if you can solve this now. I say 15 letters. Okay, now is the time to attempt something, no matter how many you've got. 10 points if you can solve it. 1 point for every letter in the right place if not. Give it a go. See what you can do. Innes did manage to find a solve. And Innes and Derek the only 2 to do so. The answer is sawgrass. Scientific study is pneumatology. Stankonia was the Outcast album. The species of crab is Dungeness. Vertical rotational axis is the yaw. Dish of Indian origin is kedgeree. The British animation studio is Aardman. The altered or concealed or blemished, that's airbrushed. And a group of people with a shared characteristic is a cohort. Let's reset the Cryptex. Ennis in the lead with 209, Derek in second, 1842 in third, and 163. Category is nature. 55 points for solving now. $16 bottles of champagne in 1. 9 letters long. You want the 5th. No takers. Down to 45 points. 3 overlapping rings. A simple knot. 7 letters long. You want the 7th. Parasitic worm, most commonly found in bad pork. 11 letters long. You want the 8th. 40 points if you can solve now. With this drop of points, it is now between Derek and Innes, but Derek is going to need to solve soon. We're down to 35 points. 2008 Gus Van Sant film about a gay rights activist. 4 letters long. You want the 2nd. Still no attempts. We're down to 30 points. Constellation in which Shadar is the brightest star. 10 letters long. You want the 6th. Derek's going to need to solve. Derek can only hope for a tie if he solves now and Innes doesn't. Laylee's chameleon companion. 5 letters long. You want the 4th. If no one solves at the end of this tie drop, then Innes has the win. Samster has solved for 25, the first to do so. As has Zeus now. UK children's comedy series running from 1990 to 1992, set in the London branch of a hamburger chain. It's 5 letters long. You want the 1st. 20 points for solving it now. Penultimate clue here. And the final clue coming in for 15 points. A brand of London gin whose mascot is Tony Sinclair. 9 letters long. You want the 3rd. Now's the time to have a stab. 1 point for every letter in the right place, even if you don't solve it. 10 points for doing so now. Innes has got it. And there we have it. Solution was a sinkhole. A Balthazar is 16 bottles of champagne in one. Trefoil is 3 overlapping rings, or simple knot. Parasitic worm is Trichinella, found in pork. Milk was the 2008 Gus Van Sant film. Cassiopeia is the constellation in which Shadar is the brightest star. Yucca is Layli's chameleon companion. Spats was the UK children's comedy series. And Tanqueray was the brand of London gin whose mascot is Tony Sinclair. And that is game over. And congratulations to Innes taking another gold medal in Cryptex. I can't even remember the name of my own game now. Let's just check in on the leaderboard. I'm not going to add, for a change, I'm not going to add these medals in real time. I'm making a note. I will add them after the fact. I'll do them manually just because I don't want to screw up the penny system that's already in place. Hello, Zeph. Welcome to the stream. Not sure when you joined, but I've just seen your name pop up on the chat tracker. Welcome, welcome. If you're still here. Leaderboards and medal tables. Yes, because now I've updated the app. If you go to persephoneshare.com/pennies, it's currently the only way of actually checking your score because I haven't got the app running that would normally do that. And we go to Cryptex medal table. Innes, that is your 4th gold medal in this game. Puts you, you're already in front of Samster. Samster 3 gold, 2 silver. Innes 3 gold, 4 silver. But that is now 4 gold, so very, very well done there, Innes. Derek Agony taking the first medal on the board there. First silver medal for Cryptex, nicely done. And now cut that out. I believe that is your first medal in Cryptex. Bronze medal, nicely done. Sapster denied a medal in this game, finishing on 100 nice points. Zeus 164, Shapes 156, Tabstop 113, MPL 110, Clive 110, Dogfish 107, Cola 96, Bass 72, Bigman Aaron 70, Car 69, Apodo 65, Adster 58, Effrontery 54, Jack 49, Score 36, Ardenfetz 35, Listwitz 32, Topper 31, Tadaro 24, Energia 22, ABMe 17, Cyclespace 16, Cetra 15, G Eisens 13, Milk 12, Murphy 9, Guitar Rocks 8, Silent Marine 8, Shitface Cast 4, and Popo finishing on 2. And that has been Cryptex. So, feedback to Jogging Chum on what you thought. I thought, and the scores probably reflect that was maybe a little on the tough side, but hopefully you had a lot of fun with that. So we're very, very grateful to Jogging Chum for providing us with that pack. What I'm going to do is just bring up my notes so I can go Cryptex. Gold goes to Innes C. Silver goes to Derek Agony. Bronze goes to Toot. Author will go to Jogging Chum. I will manually add those after the stream. GG's, everybody. GG's indeed. Hope you all had fun with that, and very many congratulations to Innes on your 4th gold medal there with the 169. Anyway, yeah, you're the real winner, Samster. That's fair. Last one was very, very hard, but all of it was totally fair. Yeah, like I said, difficult set, but very well put together, very well knocked together, very robust set. I don't really think there was anything there that could have been misconstrued. So very grateful to Jogging Chum for that pack, and you will get your pennies in due course. Right, time for you to go take a break. I'm going to do this thing, right? I'm going to put some music on. I need to find a button for it. But I'm going to put an ad break on because I've been watching a number of other streamers recently who put ad breaks on. They fire an ad. The upshot of it is that also it means there's less likely to be an ad halfway through anything later on. It's nothing that exciting, Zeph, honestly. I just gotta put an ad break on. But it does mean if you're not subbed, then you'll get an ad come up. It should just be 30 seconds and then we'll be back. But I'm going to do it while I'm changing games over anyway, so you're not going to miss anything apart from the Electro Swing. And that is if I can remember how to find out how to do it. Thanks for coming, Ardenfetz. And yes, do keep cool. Hope you're keeping well. Thank you for joining. I need to find out how to do it because actually I don't know. Someone who is aiming to be a professional streamer would probably have looked this up beforehand. Let's go. It's probably on Create a Dashboard somewhere. Create a Dashboard. Thank you, Zeph. I'm on Create a Dashboard. Is there a button that just says Run Ad Break? I don't know. I don't know where it is. I don't know where the button is. Is it going to be in settings? So that's stream. Run 30-second ads should be there. Really? To the right of the creator dashboard. Oh, that's my problem. It's because Chrome is very, very small at the moment. Yes, I think I see. Oh, no, come. If I make you smaller, if I just bring this panel over here, maybe. Oh, for God's sake, now I'm just highlighting everything. Do it before you reveal an answer. Ad. Right, if I move that over there, because that's more important than the chat bar, because the chat bar I've got on 3 other windows anyway. Run 1 minute ad break. Found it. Why can't I click it? Why won't you let me click it? They're quick actions, but it won't let me click it. I don't know what's going on. I wanted to run an ad break. I'm playing into the evil Twitch thing of... Oh, I don't know. I'll figure it out. If I can figure it out when the break goes on, then there'll be an ad break. But do stick around, because right after the break, we are going to be playing the Purge with questions from Sam is Acidic. Do stick around for that. I think the Purge pack is easier than the Cryptex pack. That is my opinion on the matter. So do stick around if you want to see if I'm right or not. In the meanwhile, very many congratulations to Innes. You have won Cryptex, your 4th gold medal there. So huge congratulations to you. Stay right there, and I'll be back in just a couple of minutes' time.
hum or whistle when they feel on top of the world.
Welcome back, and welcome to The Purge. And there's my camera, it's not in the game anymore. Enter the code if you want to come play. ARBF. I found the add button, it was working, I just had to maximise my Chrome window, which is why I need a fourth monitor, because when it's crammed into the corner, okay, so here's the layout at the moment. Bear in mind I haven't actually got the penny app control thing at the moment, because that's going to be an extra thing that's going to need. I've got the game, The Purge, the game screen of The Purge on my main monitor here. I've then got my secondary monitor here. I've got my requests queue, my channel rewards, right at the very top left of this monitor. My Chrome window bottom left. The inspector of Unity, which gives me all my info, my logs and stuff, on the right-hand side of that monitor. And then this monitor up here has got OBS. Normally underneath OBS would be the penny app, or normally OBS would be here, but I've moved it over there today. OBS, Discord, and my chat tracker. So I can see people joining. Hello, SM MIDI, Useless Noisemaker, Proves, Puzzle Dan, Matt the Ref, Sprint Gravy, a midget on the internet. I see all those names coming up, having joined the stream recently. Welcome, you're very welcome, lovely to see you. So apparently I need a full monitor for Chrome, otherwise some of the tabs on the creator dashboard don't work. And then I need some of the space. So basically I need a fourth monitor, is what we're getting to. That's the plan. That's the plan for after I move, which will hopefully be in the next month or so. Liz the Collector might want a lot of monitors, maybe. Anyway, welcome to The Purge. Do come and join the game if you'd like to play. Yeah, ARBF. The Purge is another original Persephone's chair game. The hive mind can keep you safe, but only for so long. Oh, hello, Ash. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Come join the game. You love a bit of purging. If you like, yeah, make your own decisions. You know, don't do anything because I say to do it or not to do it. But welcome all the same. So, in The Purge, the hive mind can keep you safe, but only for so long. Everybody answers a multiple choice question. And if a certain percentage get it right, then we move on to the next one. If we don't hit that certain percentage, then we go into what's called a purge. And in that purge, you have to answer a non-multiple choice question in order to survive. And if you do, then you get to come back to the game. If not, then you are eliminated from play. This is a lot quieter than the last game. The last one, the music is very loud. Oh, hell, look at this. We're on to getting to the bottom row. If we can get a full lobby for the purge, get 50 players in, that would be POG AF. It really would be. Can't complain too. I've been up on a 115-inch projection screen ATM. Jeez Louise. That's bigger than real life. G. Eisens. I'm thinking about getting a bigger. I mean, we've got a telly in the bedroom, which is not really fit for purpose because it doesn't have all the. It's got Netflix built into it and Amazon Prime, and that's about it. You can't put Disney Plus on it. We watch a lot of things on Disney Plus. Can't show you the doggo just now, Bruce. The doggo is out for a walk with Mrs. Flush, but I will happily show you the doggo when she returns. So I will keep that there. When she comes back, we'll have a cuddle with doggo. And I will show her off. So yeah, multiple choice in this game, and only survivors. There's only a survivor. There's no gold, silver, or bronze in this game. Sleepy doggo to come. Yeah, there'll be a sleepy doggo a bit later on. I can show you a goose in the meanwhile. We go to I don't want to drop him. Honk. No, she's not wearing the springy shoes tonight. She's just gone for a regular walk. It is a lovely day in the village, and you are a horrid goose. Yes, Goose, you're taking up the whole stream. He's got his golden bell as well. I love my goose. I've got to thank Zeus for putting me onto the goose, though, because Zeus showed me that he had one. One other thing, actually, that I have been looking at the last couple of days is digital pianos. So when we move and I get a bigger office, I'm going to have a digital piano there. So there will be musical interludes from time to time. So very excited about that. We're keeping everything crossed that it can happen next month. We're still waiting on a couple of things to be finalised before we are 100% happy, but it is looking positive at the moment. Mortgage got approved, so that's good. So blame it on the Zeus, baby. Blame it on the goose. So yeah, when that happens, as and when that happens, hopefully we'll be able to get a digital piano in the office, and that would be lovely. And then a little bit further down, it'll probably be next summer, to be honest, before it's actually installed and ready to go. Hot tub streams will be a thing. Pool streams, to get a pool table again, that will probably be ready for the winter. Very excited, but as you can hear, I'm being quite cautiously excited, not getting too hype about it just yet. At the moment, it's still not quite taking reality, but hopefully soon. So this is a pack from Sam is Acidic. As ever, you need to whisper your answers to Persephone's Twitch bot and keep your eye on the chat, because when the question is in the chat, the question is live. Pool tournament. I'd love to have a pool tournament. Everyone can come around the house. We'll have a pool tournament followed by a hot tub party. Maybe not a hot tub party. We'll certainly have a pool tournament though. That'd be fun. I'm not very good at pools. The reason I want a table because it actually gives me an excuse to practice. Right, we're at 44. I'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll hot tubs. Zeus wants the hot tub stream. I'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll get this game underway. I think this is a slightly friendlier pack than the Cryptex pack. Cryptex was a really good pack, but I think it was a touch on the difficult side. My view is that this is a little bit easier, but we will see what happens. Most important thing I can say about this game: don't abstain. There is no point in abstaining. An abstention is treated as an automatic wrong answer and will get you ever closer to that breakpoint, which you want to avoid. So this game is going to start with a tiebreaker. Any Sonic questions? I don't think there are, Zeph, I'm afraid. Not tonight. We could do a Sonic-themed Purge game at some point, though. That would be really fun to do. All banned? Why are we all banned, Score? Oh, any Pokemon questions? No, I don't think so. Am I good at air hockey, Puzzle? Not historically. I've not played enough to have a valid opinion on it. I don't think I'm very good. What Matt said before that. Right, I think that's long enough. 44 of you: AD Me, Zeus, Big Man Aaron, Topper 1, Matt, Milklike, etc., Kira, G. Eisens, Car, Dogfish, Toot, Energia, SM Midi, Liswitz, Derek, MPL Dart, Brian, Bass, Zeft, Daru, Innis, Adster, Puzzle Dan, Brand New Halo, Pruse, Colo, Sprint Gravy, Sportsy, MJ Harmston, Murphy, It's Sotley, Midget on the Internet, Samster, Shapes, Jack, Silent Marine, Tabstop V, Apodo, Jers, Shitface Cass, Effrontery, Ash, and Popo. Welcome to the Purge. I press the button. So, we're going to start off with a tiebreaker question. This will be a number. I need you to answer as a number, not as words. No punctuation, no commas, no full stops, and it will be a whole number, so make sure you answer it. If you don't, you'll be given max.int. This will function at the tiebreaker at the end of the main body of the game if we need to go to it. If you don't give me an answer, then you will automatically be given max.int, which is about 22 quadrillion or something ridiculous. So, make sure you give me an answer. Here is the tiebreaker question. As of February 2021, how many countries have at least one IKEA store? The amount you are away from the answer will be your tiebreaker. So obviously you want this to be as low as possible, the distance to be as low as possible. And there's time. 59 is the answer. 59 cards, I'm not going to name them, mainly because I haven't got the information to hand, but 59. So, however far away from 59 you are, that will be your tiebreaker metric, and whoever has the lower tiebreaker, if it's needed, will take priority. So, let's go to the main game. The main game has got a maximum of 20 questions in it. We will go to the final purge either when we have seen 20 questions, when we've had 5 purge questions, or when we have 5 or fewer players remaining. In order to trigger a purge, we must break past that breakpoint. So 50% or more of you get this one wrong, then we go into a purge, after which that breakpoint resets plus 10%. So after the first purge, it will go up to 60. After the second purge, it will go up to 70, and so on. So that's the percentage you've got to avoid. All you've got to do is whisper A or B within 10 seconds, trying to avoid that percentage of players getting it wrong to avoid a purge. If we do break through the purge breakpoint, then whoever got that particular question wrong is put into the purge. That's how you get into a purge. So if you get it right just before a purge, you're safe, you don't need to worry. But if you go into the purge, you've got one shot to survive. You'll pick it up as you go along. The intricacies are relatively straightforward. The nuts and bolts, the main gameplay loop, is answer A or B in this case. Question number 1, A or B, 50% the breakpoint. Options are Help, I'm Scared, No Worries. According to Disney's The Lion King, Hakuna Matata means what? As ever, wait for the bot to tell you it is ready to accept your answers. If you do it before then it may eat it and not get processed. Correct answer, nice easy one to start with. It was B, no worries. How many of you got that one wrong? Start the meter. Oh, hey there, AJ. Welcome on in. Yes, hope you're having a good weekend as well. All good over here. No drama there, just nobody actually going for Help, I'm Scared, but there were 4 abstentions accounting for that 9%. Everybody else, 40 out of 44, give me the right answer. Let's go on to question 2. Breakpoint drops to 40%. 2 options, here they are. Termites. Butterflies. Which of these insects live in colonies with a king and queen at the centre of their life cycle? And there's time. Correct answer to this is termites. Termites, butterflies live for about a day. Definitely not that. So 40% what we're looking to avoid. Well, let's see how many of you got this one wrong. Start the meter. Even fewer. 2 people going for butterflies, 1 person abstaining. Everybody else give me the correct answer of A, termites. 93%, very well done. We have avoided the purge again. And for those of you who abstained and got it wrong, the hive mind has saved you. Let's go on to question 3. Drop the breakpoint to 30%. Still 2 options, A or B. Have a look at this. Imposter. Murderer. When entering a round of Among Us, the game will assign you the role of either a crewmate or a what? Lock-in.wave indeed. Apologies, I think there might be a typo that snuck through in there. As I was discussing with, I think it was Colo earlier this week, proofreadings, because I've proofread this one. Proofreading something in a Google Sheet is very different from seeing it on the screen, and doing it in a Google Sheet is much easier to. I think it should be ER rather than OR at the end, so apologies for that. Correct answer, for what it's worth, was indeed a imposter. You will either be a crewmate or an imposter. How many of you got that one wrong? Start the meter. Wow. Was just the 1 abstention, and it did look like a midget on the internet was trying to whisper to the bot, whispering A, so that would have been 100%. I haven't seen that for a while, but as it is, no drama. Let's go on to question number 4. Breakpoint dropping to 20%, so it's getting a little bit scary now. If only a handful of people get this one wrong, we could be going into a purge. Let's have a look at the question. Options are Mini Bowser, Bowser Jr. In the Super Mario franchise, what is the name of Bowser's son? Time. Maybe a little bit trickier this one. Correct answer was B, Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. is what we were after there. So 20% or more of you are wrong. We are going into our first purge. If not, we go on to question number 5. Start the meter. Not bad. 1 abstention and 1 going for Mini Bowser. 95% going for Bowser Jr. We have survived, and we go on to question number 5. No purges yet. Let's go to question 5. This is the last one where there are 2 options after this. There will be 3. 10% now the breakpoint. 10% or more of you are wrong. We are going into our first purge. After this, we are going into a guaranteed purge. We've not actually had that before. It might break the game. Be interesting to see. So, question number 5, 10% the breakpoint. Options are red, purple. The 1982 epistolary novel by Alice Walker is titled The Colour What? Maybe a relatively straightforward question, but it doesn't take many to give a wrong answer to trigger that purge. All it would take, I think, is 5 people to get it wrong. The correct answer is B, purple. The colour purple. How many players were wrong? Start the meter. We've avoided it again. 6.82%, 7% incorrect, 1 abstention there, and 2 going for red. The correct answer was purple, so we have avoided a purge. Curious to see what actually happens to the game at this point, because we've never been this far. It should trigger an automatic purge after this question. Let's find out. Yes, and the text mesh goes onto that circle rather annoyingly. 0%. So we know we're going to a purge after this, so you want to try and get this one right to avoid it. 3 options now for question number 6, and they are... Yes, this is the first ever time. China. Japan. Korea. Taekwondo originated in which country? There's time. So we know we're going to a purge, if the game logic works correctly. Correct answer was C, Korea. But how many people are going to be in this purge? We should find out very quickly. Please don't crash, game. Please don't crash. Start the meter. There we go. Quite a few. 36% were incorrect. If you were all correct effrontery, it would still trigger it because it starts at 0% and that's the breakpoint, so it would have been there anyway. 2 abstentions, 11 going for Japan, 3 going for China, 28 players, 64% going for the correct answer of Korea, which means we knew we were going to a purge anyway, and it's the first time we've got to question 6 without seeing a purge, so kudos to you for getting this far. Let's find out who is going to be in this first purge. There are in total 11, 14, 16 of you. Let's find out who. Matt, Kira, SMidi, Bass, Zeph, Innis, Adster, Dan, Prugs, Sprint Gravy, Murphy, Itzotli, A Midget on the Internet, Jack Wilfred, Cass, and Popo. Dylan, in which country did Taekwondo originate?
Korea.
He knows. He does do Taekwondo, in fairness, but not trying to shame anybody that a 12-year-old knows more than you. They're only easy if you know the answer, after all. No, I said I'm not trying to do that. Don't ha at people. Yeah, Dylan wearing the merch. Yeah, that's the one that's faded, so he sort of inherits them. So, in this purge question, you need to whisper a full answer. It's not multiple choice in this one, okay? So you've got to give me a full answer. You have got 20... You have got 20 seconds to get me an answer rather than 10, but it's got to be a full answer. If you get this one right, you get to join everyone back in the pack. If you get this one wrong, you are out of the game. Best of luck to you all. Here is the first purge question. How many countries does the United States share a land border with? Gotta get me an answer. If you abstain, it's treated as wrong. Whew. Not sure everybody did get an answer. A couple of people leaving it to the last second there. Puzzle Dan going with the total guess. Well, let's find out the answer and find out who was right and who was wrong. It's just the 2. They are Canada and Mexico. Canada and Mexico. SMidi going 3, Puzzle Dan going 5, Kira going 3, Murphy Bax going 3, Cass not getting an answer in. The answer we were after was 2. So, very well done to Matt, Innis, Adster, Itzotli, A Midget on the Internet, Popo, Jack, Prugs, Sprint Gravy, Bass, and Zeph. You have survived, get to rejoin the pack and continue with the game. But unfortunately, Kira, former champion, SMidi, Puzzle Dan, Murphy Bax, and Cass. All of you, I'm afraid, gave me an incorrect answer or didn't answer that question. You needed it for your life, and I'm afraid it does mean for you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've been purged. So, back into the main body of the game. We're down to 39 players. Question 7, still 3 options. Resetting the breakpoint to 60% now. Take a look at this. Honey. Trello. Zoom with an X. Which of these websites is a project management tool allowing users to make boards and lists? Got to whisper, A Midget on the Internet. Got to whisper, otherwise it won't be processed. More importantly, it'll be deleted by a moderator as well. 60% is quite a high threshold. We've seen it breached in the past, but let's take a look. Correct answer was Trello. B. Trello. If you gave me Trello, you're going to be safe no matter what happens. If you didn't, you're going to count towards the target. If we hit 60%, we're going to a purge. It would be a big purge if we did get there. Let's find out who was wrong. Start the meter. 28% were incorrect. 3 going for Honey, 7 going for Zoom, 1 abstaining. 72%, 28 players giving the correct answer there. Very well played. On we go. Question number 8, still 3 options. Breakpoint back to what it started at, 50%. Options are battery, selfie, toxic. What was the 2018 Oxford Word of the Year? Time. 50% is what we're going to be looking to avoid in just a moment. Correct answer was toxic, believe it or not. Battery, I've no idea where that came in. Selfie, I think was word of the year, but I think it was quite a bit earlier. So 50% is the breakpoint that we're looking to avoid. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. We're halfway there, still climbing. Still climbing. Oh, I say, we've made it. 64%. Nobody going for battery, but 17 of you were drawn into selfie. More notable statistic, though, is the 8 people, the 21% who abstained from that question. Selfie sticks were a thing on my 2015 Japan holiday, so it had to be then or earlier. Yeah, selfie was way earlier. I remember I was still going to nightclubs when selfie became a thing, which means I was still teaching high school. So yeah, a while back. Wow, you were here. Thanks, Kira. Let's find out who is going to be in this second purge and fighting for their life. Topper, Milk-like, Cetra, G-Eisens, Carr, Energia, Liswit, Derek, MPL, Brian, Bass, Zeph, Tadaru, Adster, Prugs, Cola, Sprint Gravy, It's Sportsy, MJ Harmstone, Midget on the Internet, Jack Wilfred, Silent Marine, Jers, Effrontery, and Popo. You are in this purge. You must give me a full answer, not multiple choice, and it must be correct to survive. If you give me the right answer, very well done. You're back in play. If not, then you are purged and out of the game. Best of luck. Here is the second purge question. In which decade did the Wall Street crash take place? Ten seconds. The one referred to as the Wall Street, the main one, the Wall Street crash, the one that's referred to as the Wall Street crash, hence it's capitalized. If I Google it, it's the first one that comes up when you Google it. It is Black Tuesday. It's the one that's cited on all of the encyclopedia web pages. All of it. Yeah. Okay. If you want to get pedantic about it, it was capitalized Wall Street crash, so it's a name of a thing. I'm not sure if everybody did get an answer. In full disclosure, originally it was what year was the Wall Street crash. I had to change it to decade because it's still quite early on in the game. Let's find out who gave me the right answer and who is being purged. A lot of green up there, but quite a few reds as well. It was the 1920s. A midget on the internet, I'm going to give that to you because... where are you, a midget on the internet? Because you've just missed off the yes. That is a condonable answer. That's fine, 1920. So you can survive. 60s, 30s, noughties, 30s, the 1920s, Bass as well. Bass, where are you? Oh, it begins with an S, that's why I can't find it under Bass. The 1920s, absolutely fine. No answer from Sprint Gravy. 30s, 70s from Prugs. I'm afraid those are all incorrect answers. Oh, but you get eaten. It may have been eaten, Sprint Gravy. Sometimes that happens, it's a Twitch thing. Energia, Tadaru, Liswitz, Midget, Popo, Milk-like, Derek, MPL, G-Eisens, Brian, Carr, Bass, Zeph, MJ, It's Sportsy, Cola, Silent Marine, and Jers. Very well played. Purge me out, Ben. I put wrong number, but put punctuation in bites. And where are you, Listwitz? I can't uncondone it. You'll have to wait till the next purge of the switch and throw it from there. I can't uncondone an answer once it's been accepted by the computer. But thank you very much for your integrity. Do carry on with a few more questions for now, and then if you want to throw yourself into the next time there's a purge, then bail from the game, or count your good graces that the spell checkers you think of it as fortuitous, but I'll let your conscience decide. Unfortunately, Topper, Cetra, Adster, Prugs, Sprint, Jack, and Effrontery. I think that's everyone. Topper, Adster, Effrontery, Jack, Sprint, Prugs, Cetra. Incorrect answers all round. You have not survived, and that means you've been purged. On we go then, question 9, still 3 options, 32 players left in live play, 70% is the break point. Pretty high target, but as I've said, we have seen it broken in the past. Very variable, this game. Chaotic is the order of the day. Have a look. Options are patella, femur, scapula. What is the scientific name of the kneecap? Time. Yeah, we need to. Yeah. Okay. Let's. Is that what you think it is? Cool. Yeah, Midget, you have got to whisper it to the bot though. If you type it in public chat, it's not processed by the game, and also it unanonymizes the answer, so it basically tells everybody else the answer if you're correct, or tells everyone else what you think. Yeah, please whisper. And as Ash is saying, I was just about to jump on that. Ash is doing a very, very good job of being a moderator. The reason he's a moderator is because he's very good at it, as are the rest of the moderation team. Don't need everyone else to come jumping in and saying, do this, do that, do the other. That's what the moderators are here for. So if you could let them do their jobs, that would be pog as fuck. Thank you very much. Right. What is this? Hello, darling. Welcome home. My wife is pointing at A, thinking it's A. Is it A? Certainly is A. Very well played, Mrs. Flush, and anyone else who got A. We'll find out. 70% is the break point. Start the meter. 13% incorrect. Very well done to the majority who got that wrong. Right, 1 going for femur, 3 abstentions there, 88% giving the right answer. Well played. Let's go on to the next question. Question 10 is the last one where there are 3. After this, it goes up to 4. You said POG request invalidated. Yeah, I was making a point, the chat. Question 10 then. 60% the breakpoint. A, B, or C options are. Ready. Blondie. Brownie. Which of these is not a type of cake? Time. Should be straightforward, maybe? Correct answer is a ready. A blondie and a brownie are both types of cake. Not sure what a blondie is. I know brownie is a chocolatey thing. A was the answer we're after. How many of you got it right? Start the meter. Voting again. No abstentions that time, which is nice to see. 1 going for brownie. That may have been an RTFQ moment. 6 going for blondie. Majority getting the right answer. 78% going for A. Ready. Very nice. On we go. Question number 11. Breakpoint now drops to 50%, back to what it started at, and there are 4 options for each question: A, B, C, or D. Question number 11. Options are 2012, 2018, 2017, 2014. Series 8 of Britain's Got Talent saw the introduction of the Golden Buzzer. In which year did this season air? Season 8. Series 8 of Britain's Got Talent. Can you work it out? I remember Britain's Got Talent started when I was still at university, I think in my second year, 2007, maybe 2008. Based on that, I would think it would be, maybe it's been earlier. Based on that, I would assume it's 2014 or 2017, and out of the two, I would probably have plumped for 2014. Don't know, let's find out. The answer is D, 2014. So, if you gave me D 2014, you won't be in any purge that happens if a purge happens. Let's go one at a time, just for the lulz. How many people abstained, first of all? 3. So 9% accounted in abstentions. How many people said A, 2012? Only 3%. How many people said B, 2018? 6%. Lots of percentage to play with, 31 and a bit percent. How many people said C, 2017? Ooh, a few more. Ooh, woohoo! Stopping at 44%. If you got that one wrong, the hive mind has saved you. 18 give me the correct answer, just over the threshold of 50%. 56% give me D. 8 players, a quarter of the pack, giving me C, 2017. Very well played. We have survived another question. Let's go on to question 12. Breakpoint drops to 40%. There are 4 options remaining here. Still 4 options. Question 12, 40% of the breakpoint options are uninhabited, English speaking, landlocked, predominantly Anglican. If a country is an Anglophone country, it is what? Bit of etymology here for you. Hopefully relatively straightforward. The correct answer was B, English speaking. Anglophone country is an English speaking country. How many of you were wrong? Start the meter. Surviving, 13% incorrect. Just the one abstention there. 2 going for predominantly Anglican, 1 going for landlocked. Nobody going uninhabited. 88% give me the correct answer of B, English speaking. Let's go on, question 13. Quite a common word in Canada, I imagine. 4 options then. 30% the breakpoint, getting dangerously low. If we have a tricky question, we could be getting into Purge number 3. Have a look. Options are Swedish tour group, priesthood, all-female band, chess club. In the 1959 movie Some Like It Hot, what do the lead male characters join to hide from gangsters? Time. Old film questions. Toot loving an old film question. Let's have a look at the correct answer. It's an all-female band. It's a film I've not seen before, but apparently all-female band is the answer. Mrs. Flush is back from the walk. I'm sure she'll say hello in a minute come the end of the game. So 30% is the break point. So if more than 30% are wrong, we're going to a Purge. If not, we go on to question 14. Start the meter. Halfway there, still climbing. We're nearly there. We've reached it. Wow, 47%. Good chunk of people getting this one wrong. 3 abstentions, 9% abstaining, 4 going for chess club, 6 going for priesthood, probably the one I would have gone for actually, 2 going for a Swedish tour group, 53%, 17 giving me the correct answer of all-female band. Let's find out who's going to be in Purge number 3. AB Me, Zeus, Milklike, Giesens, Car, Dogfish, Energia, Listwitz, MPL Dart, Tadaru, Itzotlia, Midget on the Internet, Shapes, Apodo, and Ash. You are all in the 3rd Purge. A full answer whispered to the bot is required. If not, you're purged and out the game. Best of luck. Here is the 3rd Purge question. What is the last name of the host of the American television show Survivor? Everybody getting an answer in? Glad I survived. One of those questions, you either know it or you don't. You can tell it's a Sandpack. He's a big fan of Survivor. The correct answer is Probst. Jeff Probst. Johnson, Welp, GG, Joker, Know it, but honesty is key. Thank you, Alyssa. It's for your integrity. Lathbury. It might have been Lathbury at Zotley. That would have been very odd, but no, it's not. Green for shapes. It's still a thing. Goodbye from Ash. MC, host, face, GG, all from G Isons. All wrong answers, I'm afraid. Very well done to Zeus, to Milk, to Car, to MPL Dart, to Apodo, to Midget, and to Tadaru. You have survived that purge, and you get to come back to the game, but unfortunately, ABME, Dogfish, Energia, Listowitz, Itzotli, Shapes, Ash, and G Isons, your fight for survival ends here. You've been purged. Can anyone tell I'm trying to come up with a new catchphrase for this game? Ben could host Survive, but Probs couldn't host Cryptex. No, I've never watched Survivor either, Ash. It's I've never seen the appeal personally. Right, on we go. Question number 14. Breakpoint back up to 80%. We have still got 2 potential purges to get through and 7 questions left in the main game. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yes, 7 questions left in the main game. Could get to see both purges. Could get to see just one. Could get to see neither theoretically. If we all have a very strong game. 24 players remain. 80%. Still 4 options. Question 14. Options are: frog, eel, salamander, turtle. A mud puppy is a type of which animal?
Oh!
You know this one. There's time. One Mrs. Flush thinks she knows. What do you think it is, Mrs. Flush? You think it's an eel, do you?
I think it might be, but I don't know.
Correct answer is... It's not, it's a salamander. Salamander. Yeah, you'd have been amongst the wrong cohort here. Salamander was the answer we were after.
Yes, we hope so.
80% is quite a high threshold, though. Quite a high breakpoint to aim for. Could we burst through it? Let's find out. Start the meter. Halfway there and still climbing. And we've stopped. 50%. Exactly half the players going wrong here. 12 going for salamander, 4 for frog, 5 for eel, 1 for turtle, and 2 abstentions on this. These abstentions are going to start to add up. 4% per abstention. 24 is a lovely round number to have in this game for percentages and such like. But for now, we go on to question number 15. The last one, where there are 4 options. After this, the options increase to 5 for the final leg of the game. 70% the breakpoint. Have a look. Question 15 options are: fajita, quesadilla, tamale, enchilada. Which of these Mexican foods is traditionally cooked inside a corn husk? Time. We were discussing this the other day. So what's the difference between a burrito and a wrap and the other, what's the other thing? A taco.
A burrito, a taco, and a fajita.
Yeah, that's what we were discussing. Mex thinks this one's C. The correct answer is tamale is the right answer. I'm not sure if that's the pronunciation of it, but tamale, yes. All of the other ones are not cooked inside a corn husk. They were cooked inside something else. So 70% the breakpoint. Again, still quite high. Let's find out how many of you are wrong. Start the meter. %29% incorrect. 4 going for enchilada, 1 for quesadilla, 2 for fajita. No abstentions that time. Nice to see.
Quesadilla.
Huh? Quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
Quesadilla, I think that was pronounced. 71% give me the right answer. Very well played. Let's go on to question 16. Looking less and less likely we're going to get to see both of these final purge questions. Both of these purge questions. We've got purge number 4 and purge number 5, but only 20 questions in the main game. We're already up to question 16, but we are now up to 5 options. 60% is the break point. Have a look. Options are: little noses, little tongues, little ears, little worms, little toes. The Italian pasta name orecchietti means what in English? And there is your time. 60% is the break point. How many of you gave me the right answer? The correct answer was, what did you say?
I said that.
Meg says B. No, it's C. Little ears. Orcietti. I imagine the same derivation as sort of oral, as in listening.
But that's the oral, isn't it?
Well, tongues would also be oral. We're getting into a dangerous, slippery slope with this conversation. So let's just let's back up a little bit. Little ears was the right answer. How many of you gave me that, and how many of you gave me something else? Start the meter. Solid performance. 25% of you were incorrect. 75% give me little ears. 18. 1 going for tongues. Nobody for noses. 1 for worms. 1 for toes. And 3 abstentions. Still getting a lot of abstentions here on this. But the hive mind has saved you for now. Let's go on to question 17. 50% is the breakpoint. Options are sprinkler, record player, bicycle, lawnmower, car. What kind of machine is a Victrola? There's time. Sorry, I had a mouthful of beer when I was saying that. Correct answer. Do you know this one? I think it's B.
Let's face it, me saying I think it's this one hasn't exactly been
It's not been a successful strategy so far.
No.
B, record player, is the right answer. 50% is the breakpoint. If we break through there, we go to Purge number 4. If not, we go on to question 18. Let's find out. Start the meter. Climbing, halfway there. And we've stopped. 29% of you were wrong. Again, 71% going for record player, 1 for sprinkler, 2 for bicycle, 2 for lawnmower, nobody going for car, and 2 abstentions there. On we go. Only 3 questions left in the pack. We've only seen 3 purges so far. Let's go on. 40% is now the break point, getting a little bit low, though you've been answering very strongly the last few questions. Let's see if this changes here. Question 18, 5 options, and they are Austria, Canada, Netherlands, Finland, Greece. Champion tennis player Dominic Thiem was born in which country? I like this question a lot. Time. Dominic Thiem, how's your tennis? I always get this wrong, says Toot. Correct answer is Austria. He was born in Austria, Dominic Thiem. He was he in the Wimbledon finals a couple of years ago? Thought he was Swiss. That's Federer. Federer is certainly Swiss. Although I imagine Switzerland has got more than one person in it. So 40% is the break point. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. Halfway there. And we've broken through. 58% of you were wrong. We are going to see a 4th purge. Still get to go back into the real game, the main game afterwards. There are still 2 questions left in the main body of the game, but we are going into a purge. If you got that one wrong or you abstained, you are going to be in this purge. 6 people going Canada, 1 Netherlands, 4 Finland, 2 Greece, and 1 abstention, all of which are incorrect. 10 people going for Austria, 42%. Let's find out who is going into purge number 4. Aaron, Matt, Milk-like Substance, MPL, Brian, Bass, Tadaru, Brand New Halo, Colo, It's Sportsy, Midget, Silent Marine, Apodo, and Popo. You are all in this purge. Everyone else, take a breather for a couple of minutes. You must give me a full answer and it must be correct in order to survive the purge. Here's your question. Good luck. In which country was Lego founded?
Oh, that's a great question.
It's a really good question, isn't it? 5 seconds. And there's time. So, how well do you know your Lego? In which country was it founded? The correct answer was Denmark. Denmark is what it was.
It's going through all my mind, all the Nordic countries. I was like, is that one? No, it's not that one. Is no. Not once did I think Denmark.
Oh no, it certainly was Denmark. Most people getting this one right, it has to be said. Bass going for the Netherlands, it's Sporty going for Germany, Silent Marine for Sweden, no answer from a midget on the internet, and Tadaru also going for Sweden. Very well done to Big Man Aaron, Matt the Ref, Milk-like, MPL, Brian, Colo, Apodo, Brand New Halo, and the Popo. You have survived and get to return for at least the next question. But Tadaru, Midget, Silent Marine, it's Sportsy, Bass, a good run up to this point, but unfortunately your battle ends here and you've been purged. We have still got 2 questions left of the main game, and the breakpoint is at 90%. We could break through it and go into our 5th purge. Possible, unlikely, but possible. If at the end of question 20 we have not gotten down to 5 players, then the players with the most number of correct answers will go through to the final. If we have a tie, then that tiebreaker that we answered earlier on will come into effect. I wish you all the very best of luck. Still 5 options at question number 19. Here they are. 90% breakpoint. Swallowtail butterfly, American spotted lady beetle, Jameel stinkbug, head lice, Asian giant hornet. The Vespa mandarinia is the scientific name for which insect? Mandarinia. Vespa mandarinia. Yeah, can you stop clapping at me? This is Flush having a clapping fit. What do you think it is? Do you think E, the Asian giant hornet? Let's find out. Well done, Mrs. Flush. Asian giant hornet is the right answer. 90% is the... What?
Vesper is wasp. Anything
Oh,
wasp
Vespa is wasp. There we go. Vespa. And yes, MJ Harmston also confirmed Vespa is wasp. 9% the breakpoint. Very, very high threshold. But could it be broken through? Let's find out. Start the meter. Not on this occasion. 1 abstention. And 1 person going for Jameel. Everybody else, 89% going for Asian giant hornet. Very well done. On we go to question 20. Don't get here very often, but here we are. 80% is the breakpoint. We may very well not be having our 5th purge, and we'll just be going straight to the final purge. Best of luck to you all. Question number 20 with a breakpoint of 80%. Options are... Sorry, breakpoint of 80%. Question 20, 80%. Options are... Typhoon, tornado, waterspout, hurricane, deluge. What is the name for a tornado that occurs over water? Time. Mr. Flush is pointing at A. I don't think it is. Correct answer is C, waterspout. Now, this is one of these questions that I was really unsure about, because I remember Sam actually put this into his previous Purge pack, and I went back to him and said, is this right? And I did a bit of research when I was proofing it then. It didn't actually get shown last time because we only got to question 18 in Sam's last Purge pack. Yes, waterspout is the correct answer. I did go back and double check it, and Zeph, who studied meteorology, confirming this as well. The penny app isn't up tonight, Brian, so you won't be able to check your pennies, I'm afraid. So, with 80% the breakpoint on question 20, are we going to have a perfect game of the Purge where we go to the 5th Purge question after question 20? Or are we going to just be eliminating players on number of questions? Best of luck. Start the meter. Not even close. 37% of you were wrong. 5 going for Typhoon. 2 going for Hurricane. 12, 63% going for Waterspout. Which means it is going to be time for the final Purge. I'm hoping it doesn't just eliminate you when I press the button. It shouldn't do. Let's find out. Okay, time for the final Purge. It shouldn't say 70%. This is the point where we find out who are our 5 finalists going to be. At this point, 19 of you have survived, so for 14 of you, it's going to be disappointing having gotten this far. It's very impressive to get this far, but only 5 of you can get through to the final, so we will break the ties based on the number of questions you've answered correctly, and if we still have a tie, we will use that tiebreaker that we saw earlier on. The 5 finalists are Innis, Samster, Derek, Tabstop, and MJ Harmstone, with 19, 19, 19, 18, and 18 respectively out of 20. Very well played. Toot also getting 18. Let's go and have a look at the ties that broke it. MJ Harmstone was 61 away. Toot was 136 away in the tiebreak. So MJ Harmstone is getting through there. So that is the level of it. Congratulations to Innes, Samster, Derek, Tab, and MJ. Everybody else very well played up to this point, but unfortunately your fight for survival ends here, and you've been purged. So, Innes, Samster, Derek, Tab, and MJ, you are all through to the final purge. Very many congratulations. Let me just check the purge medal table, give you a rundown of what's going on here. Samster has won the purge once before, and that's it. Innes, Derek, Tab Stop, and MJ have not won the purge before, and in fact for most of them, in fact if not all four of them, it might even be their first time in the final. I'm not sure if Innes has been in the final before. Other three though are new names to the community. You're very welcome, by the way. Lovely to have you here, but almost certainly first time in the final. So Samster going for his second purge victory, everyone else looking for their first. Well, he's never won it before, Samster, I can tell you that. I'm looking at the table now and there is no Innes. So Innes is going to be looking to add a Purge Survival to his medal cabinet because it's one he's missing. So, for new members here, this is how the final works. It works slightly differently. You'll be shown half a question. Based on half a question, you need to decide whether or not to play or pass. If you play and get it right, you get to choose somebody else to eliminate. If you play and get it wrong, you knock yourself out. If you pass and they get it wrong, they are knocked out. If you pass and they get it right, you are knocked out. So it's weighing up between how confident you are on half a question and how weak you think other people are going to be on it. Because if you nominate somebody else to take your question, then it comes down to one of two. As if you play a question and get it right, you can pick anybody. First question though that we need to ask Innes, because you've had the most points or broken on the highest tiebreaker, you get to decide whether or not you're going first or last, and you need to whisper that to Persephone's Twitch bot now. F or L. It goes left to right or right to left depending what you decide. Innes, are you going to play first or last? Innes is chosen to go first, so questions going to be asked in descending order of point scores. Points starting with Innes. So if you want to play, all you need to do is type play to the bot. If you want to pass, say pass with a name. It doesn't have to be exact because I manually assign it, but if Innes doesn't want to play his question, he might say pass Samster or pass Derek or pass Tabs or pass MJ, whichever one you like. But make sure you do put in the whisper message who you are passing it to, otherwise I'll have to go back to the chat. So, Innes, decide based on this half question whether you want to take the question or whether you want to nominate somebody else. And of course, if you nominate somebody else, do remember to indicate who that is in your response. Half a question then, Innes. In January 1788, play or pass? Innes not wasting much time there. He is going to play the question. If I find your name, Innes C, there you are. Innes, this question is for you. Shapes remembers it well. Let's see if Innes does. Innes, here's that question in full. In January 1788, what was the name of the group of British convicts that arrived in Australia? 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Whew. Less than half a second to go. First Founders is the answer that Innes has gone for. Is that the right answer? It's the First Fleet, but I am going to double check that and see if that's not an alternative name. I don't think it is. The First Fleet comprised the 11 ships that departed from Portsmouth, England on 13th of May to New South Wales, a penal colony that became the first European settlement in Australia. I can't see anywhere. They've got the Founders to Australia, which is a book in the bibliography, Black Founders, the unknown story of Australia's first black settlers and the founders of Australia, but no reference to that being a given name. So I'm afraid, Innes, that is a wrong answer. Tough first question, and you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for that purge survival. It's not going to be today, I'm afraid, Innes. You've been purged. Samster, play moves over to you. So Samster's going to be the only player, still the only player, to have won the purge in the past. Is he going to make it 2? You know the drill, Samps. You've been here before. Decide whether you want this question, or if you don't, who are you going to pass it to? Make sure you tell me when you whisper. Half a question for you then, Samson. In astrology, play or pass? Passing to Tab Stop V. So, Samster choosing to skip over this question. And we're going to go to Tab Stop V. Tab Stop, this question is for you. So Tab, you get this one right, Samster's out, you get it wrong, you are out. Whispering a full answer to Persephone's Twitch bot. Here's that question in full. In astrology, which planet is responsible for communication, speech, and self-expression? Saying Jupiter. Jupiter. Is that the right answer? It's not, I'm afraid. It's Mercury, messenger of the gods, which may be where that came from. Got to guess something, yeah, 1 in 8, good a guess as any, but unfortunately it's not the right answer. Samson, that was a good pass. And Tab Stop, I'm afraid your journey ends here, and you've been purged. Derek, play moves on to you. Again, decide if you want the question or if you want to pass it. And if you want to pass it, tell me who you're passing it to. Half a question for you then, Derek. High Asakite is an indie pop. Passing it right back to Samster. Samster's not going to get away with having it no questions. He passed his last one, but he can't pass on this one. Samster, this question is for you. MJ sat on the end, just twiddling his thumbs, doing the awkward turtle, saying, I hope they don't spot me. Samson, here's that question in full. Very best of luck. Yeah, no Luigi for you today. High Asakite is an indie pop and indie rock band from which Scandinavian country? Finland, you say. Finland. Again, not many to pick from. Is that the right answer? It's not, it's Norway. So that's 3 purge questions, 3 final questions and 3 wrong answers. That was a very good pass there, Derek. Samster did not know the answer, and the former champion is not going to be making it 2 tonight. We are going to have a new champion. Samster, that's the wrong answer, and you've been purged. Norway! Ha! Pog. So, MJ, you haven't had to touch a question yet. You may not have to touch a question if you choose to pass it to Derek. In this case, you don't have to say who you're passing it to because there's only 2 of you left. MJ, half a question. Decide whether you're going to play or pass. And of course, if you pass, you don't have to say it's Derek because it's going to be fairly obvious it's Derek. But MJ, here is your half a question, the last question of the night. Paul Sinner from ITV's The Chase. Taking your fate in your own hands, and MJ is choosing to play this question. So MJ Harmstone, this question is for you. Wish you the best of luck. Here's that question in full. Paul Sinner from ITV's The Chase suffers from what nervous system disorder? Not wasting any time. MJ, you mean the chaser who I faced? Oh, if you're going to get a question at the end of the purge, that's the one you want to get. You're saying Parkinson's. Is that the right answer? Certainly is. Very well played, MJ. We have a little rule, though, in the purge, which is the person who passes the sentence must swing the sword. Even though there is only 1 player left, you must tell me who is going to be eliminated. Whisper it to the bot, because that's the right answer. Gotta get your hands dirty, MJ. Who's going? It is going to be Derek, and sentence has been passed. Derek, an absolute blinder on your first attempt here in the purge, but unfortunately, MJ's only got you to choose from, and I'm afraid you've been purged. So, MJ Harmstone, new member of the community. I've certainly not seen your name around, certainly not very much recently, so welcome to you, and what an absolutely fantastic effort, because MJ, you have survived the purge. Very, very well played. I am going to add that to here, and I will make sure you get your gold medal for that and the pennies that go with it. I'm not doing them in real time at the moment because I need to fix the app first, but I've made a note of everyone who's won tonight, so very, very well done. And of course, Sam is acidic, will get the author bonus that goes with that as well. Survivor, MJ Harmstone. Lovely. Well, that's about it. That's all we've got time for tonight, just after 10 o'clock. Cryptex and the Purge makes a nice sort of two-hour stream. So thank you all very much for joining. A couple of things I just want to say at the end. Let me pop back to Just Cam before I do the closing credits. Oh, a very big noise. Silent Marine gifting out the Tier 1 sub to MJ Harmstone. There's your prize, MJ. Welcome. You don't have to see the ad. Next time we play, you can just come straight and you get to use some emotes. So welcome to the fam. And thank you very much, Silent Marine. Oh, for that gifted sub. A little bit of indigestion. Need another beer, apparently. Now, before I do the Show Me the Doggo, Prugs, are you still here? I don't want to cash in if you're not here, but if you're still here, I'll do Show Me the Doggo in a minute. Just before we do... Hi, Prugs, good. Just before I do Show Me the Doggo, I just want to do sort of something I meant to say at the beginning, but kind of forgot about. I was speaking with a few members of the proofing team this week, and following Tuesday's stream, there was just a slight hint of, what's the best way of putting this? Being slightly unkind is probably what I'd say. Just a whiff, nothing major, nothing disastrous, but just a whiff of people just pulling at loose threads and stuff. I intimated earlier on when I was proofing stuff there was something that got through on the imposter question. I think there was an O in there instead of an E. When you're proofing stuff on the Google Sheets document, it's much more difficult to spot things like that, and it's much more obvious on the screen. I just wanted to add something that the proofing team do a huge amount of work behind the scenes, and I've done both of the packs this week because it was sort of my turn on the rotation. I hadn't done any for a while. There's a team of about 5 of us. And they do a huge amount of work in making the streams as high quality as possible. It is worth saying that they've all got other things in their lives, other jobs. They're not professional proofreaders necessarily. So, you know, and more importantly, unlike the writers who write for them, also to whom I'm very grateful, the proofers don't actually sort of get anything for it. The writers get pennies for it, and they get obviously they get the recognition on the stream and lots of effusive thanks. The proofers don't get pennies, and there's a very good reason for that, is because the proofing role is an invite only role, and I didn't want to start giving out pennies because I figured it would become a little bit messy if I started doing that in terms of, oh, you've proofed a pack, but if someone says, well, I want to proof a pack, and it's, you know, it's very much an invite only role. It's for people not that I don't trust everybody as much as I can, but it's for people I know really well, and people who've got a keen eye for stuff, and people, you know. So there's a number of reasons why it can't just be anybody proofing, and for that reason I can't really give out pennies, because otherwise it's unfair and biasing towards people, and it's pennies that not everybody can access. But at the same time, the proofers also have to sit out of the game that they can't play. The writers, they sit out, but they get pennies for it. The proofers don't. So I think 8 Minky said it in the chat the other day. Proofers, that effectively they get paid in kindness. I mean, no one gets paid for writing for the stream, but if you want to think about it for what they do, the things that they put in to make it as good as they possibly can for you, they get paid in kindness. So if we could just be aware of that moving forward, that would be really splendid, because I don't want proofers to be coming away and thinking, oh, everyone was being mean about that pack tonight, and how there was a typo in there, and overlooking all the other good things that they do. So just something I wanted to mention, because it's been mentioned to me, and I felt it needed to be said. And I wish I'd said it at the start of the stream. I kind of forgot, but I did remember towards the end. In line with that, the whole mini modding thing, we've got a very capable team of moderators here who are all up in the chat. We don't need other people sort of jumping on the bandwagon and getting, you know, trying to moderate on top of the moderators. The moderators are very, very capable of doing that. How many games are spelling sensitive? I mean, most of them have got a tolerance threshold for spelling. Things like Cryptex don't, because that's exact spelling. Wheel of Fortune doesn't, but everything else has normally got an 80% margin. I do need to update the spelling algorithm as well. So absolutely, Kurt, yeah. I mean, it applies to the writers as well. I mean, I said it from the point of the proofs because it's the proofs who've mentioned it to me, and as I've pointed out, say that the writers get compensated is probably the wrong word, but the writers they do get a form of something as well as effusive thanks. But that being a proofer, it is a slightly thankless job. So I did just want to say it from that point of view for the time being. It's more behind the scenes, but it is just as important as the writing part of it as well. So and I was going to say, if you've got a problem with something, someone does a question, tell a mod and let mods handle it. So as long as it's not called to the game, mine is spelling things like instead of e. So that wouldn't have made. I mean, in the Purge, it doesn't matter anyway because it's multiple choice. But if that had been the correct answer and you needed to type that as a full answer, if you had typed impostor with an O, it would have gotten through the spell check, so that would have been fine. Here, it was a typo on the question effectively, which I do try and avoid where possible. So yeah. That's all I wanted to say on that, and I just wanted to get that off my chest. So thank you for your forbearance, thank you for listening, and if we can just, as ever, try and keep the community a positive place to be. Something I read on another streamer that she said is you should aim to leave the internet better than you found it, and I think that's a really good philosophy that we should subscribe to here. So just be aware of that. Yeah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Now, you wanted to see a doggo, Proogs. And before I tell you what's going on this week, doggo, Miney.
She's hot, so she's having.
Well, she's a hot dog at the moment, so she may have gone downstairs. She's upstairs. But also the world as well. Actually, quite right. Not just the internet. Now the thing is, I've got a touch of athlete's foot at the moment, and the dog has apparently got the taste for it. So she keeps licking my foot, and we have to keep telling her not to.
Do you want to move your chair back?
Yeah, we can move the chair back.
Because she's just lying down. She's hot at the moment.
Let's move the chair.
We had a big hi everyone. Yes, I know you didn't want to see me, you want to see the dog, but I kind of come with the dog. She's had a big long walk this evening, and she's quite a tired girl. So Manny, come here. Come on.
Sorry guys. Sorry to tell you about the athlete's foot. Yeah.
Manny, come here. Come on. What's this?
I don't want
What's
it.
This? I know you don't, darling.
No.
I know you're tired.
It's too hot.
What's this? What's this? Oh yes, yum.
Let me shifty the microphone up.
You shifty, and then we can. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. We can see the doggo there, but
There's
she's
the dog.
very tired.
She's very tired and very hot.
She's hot and tired because she's had a long day of walking.
Miney, what's this? Show us your eyes. We like your eyes. Oh. So she's very sweet.
Tired.
And you got to see Penny today. Is Ozzy still on the bed?
No.
He's gone for a walk,
No,
has he?
he's gone for a walk.
He's gone for a walk.
Hello. Oh, she wants to know if there's more food now.
Right. Other stuff, what's going on at the moment? Let's mark that as complete. May I have my chair back, please, darling? Because I'm just trying to wrap up before the end of the night. Thank you. So, first things first, mind out for your feet, Hermione. I don't want to run you over. First things first, a reminder, I'm not here next Saturday. Almost certainly not here next Saturday. Due to my brother's stag do. There's a very small chance I'll be back a little bit earlier, but it's highly unlikely, and even if I am, it will be something very, very chill if I do stream. I may just take an early night. So next Saturday, no stream. Tuesday, we've got Deciphered and Google That. 2 packs of Deciphered and then Google That, so I do hope you'll come along for that. We're also playing Deciphered Thursday week at Happy Hour. And that will be the last time we'll see Decipher for a little while. That's going onto rest mode as we move into Season 5. Speaking of Season 5, come and join the Discord and sign up for the Buzz Off tournament. I'm going to close applications for this tomorrow. I have got over 32 already, but if you want to come and sign up, I don't know if I'm going to do a draw or do first come first serve, but it would always be good to have a waiting list, as it were. So please come and join the Buzz Off tournament. That's going to be taking up most of Season 5, or going across most of Season 5, I should say. So do come and check that out. That should be really good fun. That's going to be starting about middle of August sometime. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm here with Wednesday Walk Along. We'll be doing the Vanishing of Ethan Carter again. Again, that's in the Discord rather than here. Ash is going to be here with Secret Fortune on Wednesday. I believe it's Secret Fortune on his channel, twitch.tv/AT_Bass. Do go give him a follow. Thursday, Happy Hour. I think it's Countdown, actually. I have a feeling it's Countdown on Thursday for Happy Hour at 3 p.m. So do come along for that. That's here. 3 p.m. here. Fortune Most Secret, lovely, lovely. Friday next week, Ash is away. So actually, Ash and I are sort of both away the weekend. But Topper, I believe, on Ash's channel, is going to be stepping into the void and doing Untitled Goose Piano Along. What? Untitled Goose Game 1. That's a walk-along. It sort of is a walk-along game. I could put that on there. We could do that in one session. But yeah, Topper is going to be hosting... Is it Eliminator? Or Elimination, possibly? But yes, that's going to be on Ash's channel next Friday. Elimination, an original game from Topper. Guest spot on Ash's stream as Ash is... also at a wedding, as it turns out, I think. So Ash is at a wedding, and then of course next Saturday I'm at a stag do. So Topper, I won't be there myself due to the aforementioned stag do. Matt is doing his new game Knockout. That's pre-Ash's stream on Wednesday in Ash's Discord server. So do go join Ash's Discord server. There's always something going on over there. And of course, come and join. That's not how you spell Discord, then. Also, come and join my Discord as well, because that's where we hang out. If you've got any feedback, if you want to write questions for any of the games you've seen tonight or any of the other games that we do play here on game night, then please do come and join the server. Get yourself the question writer role, and we'll go from there. But that is going to be it from me for this evening. I think I've done everything I want to. Congratulations to our winner. Very well done to MJ Harmstone. First time victor of the Purge. You're very welcome here, and I do hope that you will come back for future streams. So I'll be here Tuesday and Thursday next week, off next Saturday, and more information from me soon and as and when. And Zeus, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Thanks for the fun stream, Ben. You're most welcome. Until next time, put some sunblock on if you go outside because it's bloody hot. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Be sensible. Peace out. Take care. And good night. And of course, well done to MJ Harmstone because you have survived the Purge. Good night, everybody. Peace out. Forgot to say it, but last minute raid, we're going to go and raid Spy Party, and we're going to say hashtag Purge. That'll do. Night, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Reindeer names. So we're gonna get Toenail's
Yeah.